Okay, I'm resident of Collinwood. This is Daniel Culver Killenberg. We're here to discuss and review the Resident Evil 2 remake, which came out for the PS4. So, what are your thoughts, Daniel?
Well, I think it's actually a pretty good game. And this is from someone who actually played the original. Me and Jewel have both played the original, for those that are not familiar with us.
Yeah, the original Resident Evil 2. I really there were there were so many differences. I think you pointed out something on Facebook. I want to give you credit. Daniel pointed out that the game was shorter in a sense. What were your thoughts on that?
You know, and I know a lot of people might complain about that, but it being short, I just figured, it's a remake of a 1998 game. But, they could have made it longer. Like, I would have actually liked to hear more about that gun owner. I think his name is Kensho. I probably said that wrong, but yeah, I would have liked to hear more about his story as well.
I actually liked the cutscene they did with him, Leon, and Ada.
Oh yeah, I like that too. And I actually want to hear more about his daughter. And actually, I also like that with his daughter because it shows the harsh reality of the zombie apocalypse. Like this guy's daughter turned to a zombie, but he doesn't want to accept it happening.
Yeah, he was. I liked him. Telling Leon, "Hey, you're a cop. Tell me how this happened." I agree with you. The dynamic. I think what this remake brought Daniel really was, in a sense of a game, it brought the reality of what a zombie virus could look like more so than the original.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, I said his name wrong. It's Kendo, not Kensho. I don't know why I don't know where I got Kensho from.
It's all right. What did you think of the outfit so far?
Actually, to be honest with Leon's, I actually like his new outfit because it actually looks more like a police uniform, and
Yeah.
I like Ada's as well. But I actually think with Ada's, it would have been better for a newer game rather than the original. Well, I mean, rather than Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I heard the red dress thing. I like how they did it with this, but I think with the original Resident Evil, I still like her look there too. It was. Did you like her heel turn? I mean, we know the heel turn was coming in this. Like, she's a mercenary. Did you like it better here or in the original?
Um, I'd say in the original, to be honest, because you weren't really expecting it as much in the original. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with you. Her. Did you like her? She has a weird looking like weapon that controls like electronics. What did you think of that?
Actually, I actually like that to be honest because I kind of figured with her being a spy or secret agent, she would have like advanced technology like that.
Yeah, I would love to see Ada Wong's personal collection of toys. I really think like if they bring Ada back for like the next installment, I would like to see like her whole collection of what she has.
How did you like her having a trench coat and sunglasses at first?
I actually liked it, and I'll tell you why. Because when she pulled out that FBI badge, for those who haven't played the game, there's a cutscene where she saves Leon from a dog attack, a zombie dog, and she pulls out an FBI badge. So I liked what they did with her.
I actually like the outfit, but to me, it kind of seems like a giveaway. Like it seems like she'd want to be like less obvious.
Yeah, yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah. What did you think of Claire's outfits were interesting too.
Oh, Claire's outfit. See, with Claire, I actually like her new outfit, but I I think her outfit would actually be better for, like, say they made a newer game. I think it would be better for that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like the fact that one of her all like the noir outfits makes the game in black and white, and I like her army looking stars outfit is actually pretty nice looking.
Oh yeah, I'd say so. I actually haven't played with those outfits, but I've seen the photos of them though. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I like how like in the middle of the game you can like switch the outfits. Like even with Leon, like I'm going back through it as well as you are, and I got it on hardcore. And Leon's, I kept Leon's like jacket. I'm where like I don't have the police uniform on. It's just like his normal jacket where he starts the game with.
Oh yeah, I actually like that too. Like, and for those that haven't played this, yeah, you can actually, if you go to the gas station, well, I mean, no matter who you play as first, you can actually walk before you go to the gas. Well, while you're at the gas station, you can actually go to the Welcome to Raccoon City sign.
Yeah, you can actually walk past it as well.
Oh, what's funny is my when I first played as Claire during first run, as they're calling it now, which is A for those that don't know. I actually tried to see how far I could go, but eventually she says, that she's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. With Leon, if you do it with Leon, he says there's nothing out there.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Oh, you know how the PS4 has a light on it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this, but the light in Resident Evil 2 Remake actually shows the level of health your character's at.
Yeah, I did, and let me tell you this: I really wish I'd have paid more attention to that light.
Oh yeah, that's understandable.
It, it's like when you have lickers, zombies, Mister X coming after you. It's like, oh, well, who cares about the light? Oh, wait, wait, oh shit!
Oh yeah, for those that don't know, like with lickers, you have to be extra careful now because now they could always storyline wise do this, but yeah, now in the gameplay they can actually climb on the walls and climb on the ceiling, and they'll jump on you and stuff too.
When the liquor comes into play with Leon and you're going to the star's office. It's funny because they don't give a cutscene like they did in the original. What did you think of that?
Actually, to be honest, I was kind of annoyed by that. And I know people are saying that they want to be different, but that was an iconic scene, So it kind of annoyed me, but it's not like a big deal though either.
Right. I liked what they did in a sense on some levels. I'm with you on they took away a really good scene. They had the liquor on top of the ceiling, and the liquor takes his tongue and reaches down for a zombie or a person that seems to be half dead and finishes it off. And that's sort of like a mini scene. It's not a full cut. It's like you're playing it, which I like. I partially like, but I'm with you. I sort of wish we would have got the cut scene, or at least they could have had it as a DLC or something.
Oh yeah, that's true. Hey, how did you like the opening of the the new one? I mean the remake.
I enjoy it. I think it's very neat. I love the gas. I love how the trucker is like if the trucker is eating the burger, and they did take away some of the trucker stuff where you you don't see the zombie bite the trucker, and you don't hear the trucker say why'd she bite me, why'd he bite me. You don't hear that.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, one thing I actually didn't notice this. Well, I didn't realize this until like actually a few days ago. I mean, I never really thought about, it, but you know how like in the old Resident Evil 2, when you open it, it has like an intro that says a bizarre incident occurred in Raccoon City. It explains the T-virus. I don't know if you noticed, but that's actually gone in the remake.
Yeah, that is it. Daniel's right. They don't explain the T virus. Um, they go strictly for the G virus, man.
Yeah, that's true.
So what were your thoughts on that? Them completely sort of taking that away and just focusing on the G virus.
Um, I guess it's not like a huge deal, but you know, again, that intro to me is like iconic. If they ever make another movie series, I would actually like that to be the intro of the Raccoon City era. Well, when they're in Raccoon City.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I'm gonna make a little bigger deal of this than you are. I get where they're going. They're trying to make. I think with this Daniel version now, with this version Daniel, that they were really trying to separate. They were trying to make Resident Evil 2 truly its own game instead of just going off the T virus.
Oh yeah, that's true. For those that don't know, there's a remake of the first one as well. It came out in 2002, but an HD version came out on the PS4, so and Xbox One. So if you have the new system, you can get the remake of the first one as well, if you want to.
Yeah, that's actually on. You can get it on the PlayStation Store. That's the easiest way to get it. Um, Definitely, yeah.
And if you want to get the physical copy, you can actually get something called the Origins Collection that comes with the HD version of Resident Evil Zero as well. That's what I have actually.
Yeah, that's also on the PlayStation Store as well, isn't it?
I think so. I know, I have a physical copy, but I'm assuming that it would be on the store too, because that's what it is. You just download.
Yeah, I think
You
it.
just download the same thing digitally.
Yeah, I think it is. I'm pretty sure I've seen it on there. Um, what did you think of Mr. X coming like throughout the game? Like he's constantly with you.
Oh yeah, he was actually kind of annoying to be honest, but I did like how they kind of added him in because for those that don't know, we've actually talked about this when we did the first Resident Evil video we did. In the original version of Resident Evil 2, he doesn't show up until the second gameplay, but this time he shows up in the first one as well.
Yeah, he's on your ass for sure.
And he has a fedora on for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't actually. I think they did that for effect because you can shoot that off. And for those who don't know, for those who haven't played the game, if you shoot that off, you get a trophy for that.
Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know if this is true, but I heard someone say that sometimes he'll actually go searching for it, but I've never seen that happen.
I've never seen him search for the fedora. He's basically searching for the gamer.
Now, one thing I didn't like about Mr. X is there's actually a huge continuity error, and this is spoilers for those who haven't played it. But so yeah, if you don't want to, it's spoiled. You might want to skip ahead. But yeah, basically in Claire's, he gets impaled by Birkin, but then at the end of Leon's, he's back.
Yeah, I found that. I think what happened there to sort of give it a again. I'm not saying this is the answer. That when Birkin did that, Birkin injected some of the G virus into his DNA.
Well, that's what I was thinking may have happened, but he almost ripped him in half, but he didn't completely rip him in half, so maybe there's that.
Yeah, the tyrants have always been tricky to kill, so
Maybe if they do that TV series, maybe that's something they could explain. Of course, then again, it would be a different universe, but maybe they could still kind of try to explain that a little bit.
what did you think of Burke and his wife? They did have Sherry in here. They kept the family thing in. What were your thoughts on? They sort of kept the Birkin, getting shot and turning himself into the monster. What were your thoughts on that, man?
Well, yeah, that was actually pretty interesting. I'm actually surprised about some of the changes they made. Oh yeah, well this isn't really a change, but in the original, didn't they say that Birkin did experiments on Sherry as well?
I believe so. Again, I'm so damn old, it's hard to remember, but I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't remember that directly being said in the remake, but I still think it happened because for those who haven't played Resident Evil 6, she actually has healing abilities now, and as you know, Resident Evil 2 is now the canon version. So if if they didn't do experiments on her in the new version, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I don't think they did experiments on her in the new version, but I do think that you're right. She has healing powers in Resident Evil 6, so they definitely went off that version, the original.
Yeah.
Did you think that? What did you think of Claire's reaction to Chris's letter? That was sort of interesting.
Oh yeah, I thought that was actually pretty interesting too, and you could kind of tell because I was thinking that seems out of character, and then right after I thought that, she said this does not sound like Chris. I was like, oh wait, yeah, so it's not.
Yeah. Do you think the police chief planted that?
Oh yeah, I'd say he did. That actually, I was thinking it was either him or Wesker. You know?
Yeah. I think what's curious is she goes looking for Chris, just like she did in the original. And like in the original, Chris is gone. And it's funny because with her second walkthrough, not her first, she meets Marvin. She doesn't meet Marvin. Like if you play her as in the A version, Marvin's already turned.
Oh yeah, that's true. And actually, that's one reason I actually recommend people playing as both because if you play as her instead, like he was saying, like you meet Marvin, but Marvin actually tells her that Chris is on vacation. You don't find out unless you play as her, her first run or whatever.
Yeah, I was I was sort of wondering is Marvin lying or is he just believing something he read?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. That's actually a good point.
It's sort of it's weird because I think Marvin I don't think Marvin's lying. I just think he read that note and believes it.
Oh yeah, I could see that actually. Oh, speaking of that, you know that, and I know a lot of people probably know about this because it's an Easter egg in the original. But how did you feel about that picture of Rebecca still, being in the new version as well?
uh, um, I'm okay with it. uh, I
It's a little weird though.
it is. Here's my thing too, and this is something you and I talked about before with this. I think they made enough changes in this, and do you think because they made it shorter, because they were deciding what to add, really, what to switch up, sort of to throw something new at us? Do you think that's why this game really took so long?
Oh yeah, I could see that. And for those that don't know, it was actually in production for 3 years before they finally announced it was coming out.
Yeah, and what's funny is me and Daniel were talking about this on Messenger when they announced it was coming out. It was literally, I think, what, a couple days after the Halloween announcement, wasn't it?
I think so actually, because I know it was actually announced like a year before it came out.
Yeah. And as me and Daniel said on Messenger, we don't feel it was a coincidence either.
Yeah. Oh man, remember when I kept posting like, "Are you ready to go back to the police station?"
No, no, yeah, no. But yeah, in heart, yes, and in other parts, no. You know?
It's all good because when they remake the third one, we're gonna go back again.
No, yeah, yeah. Only this time, Nemesis is going to be on our ass. Yeah.
Well, that's true. Actually, one thing that they changed also, like in the original Resident Evil 2, like when you go to the police station, you go through the city and all that, and you go through a bus. I don't know if you noticed, but they actually changed that to when you escape the police station. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I noticed that too with Claire. They did that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Claire because that's when you know you have to save Sherry. You have to go through the bus.
Yeah, I found that I was wondering when that part was gonna come, and when it did came, I was shocked that they put it right where they did.
Now Sherry, the part where you play Sherry, how did you feel about that part?
Um, a little creeped out at first. I think that's the part. You know, I know people might disagree, but I think that's the eeriest part of the game, playing as the girl, the little girl.
You know what's weird is I saw someone complain about that, but that was in the original version too, so I don't understand the complaint about it.
I don't either. I do. I like her that you do play as her because it makes you feel for her.
Oh, if you play with the classic outfits, for those that don't know, you actually her outfit's classic too. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, you can do that. The oh god, the addition of Resident Evil 2, the god, now I forget what the we both ordered the same one.
The deluxe.
Yeah, the deluxe. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. Um, the
You're
deluxe
welcome.
edition is very, very well worth it.
I think the alternate outfits are actually in the original one, well, the regular game, but the deluxe edition actually has the original soundtrack and noise. Like you know, do that like in the menu. Yeah, you hear all that if you get the soundtrack of the original as well.
Yeah, I actually having it back on going back on hardcore. I took your advice and you said, "Well, I'm playing it with the original soundtrack." I'm like, "Okay, I'll do that." And my wife's like, "Where'd you get that bright idea?" I said, "You can thank Daniel for that."
Oh yeah, actually, actually, I know this might sound weird, but the original soundtrack and noises are actually the very reason I got the deluxe edition.
That's very, very cool. I really this was so enjoyable from the standpoint of the game. Do you wish we could have got to drive the Jeep a little bit, like going to the gas station?
You know, actually, I didn't think about that, but that would actually be pretty awesome.
It would have been.
Actually, one thing that's if you have the original soundtrack on, for those that don't know, when you start up the game, you know how the old games they say Resident Evil. That's actually back. But what's weird though is it sounds like a different voice than the original, so I don't really get that.
It was probably just a different actor voicing it, really.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I wouldn't have minded if they just put that in the game itself though, instead of just the original one.
Yeah, I think they could have definitely, considering the what the deluxe edition has. I think they could have added that.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool too. But
Yeah.
with Sherry though, like for those who haven't played it, like I don't know if you know this, but there's a third hiding spot. I know it sounds weird, but there's actually occasionally he'll catch you in the third hiding spot. I know it's weird, but it's happened to me before.
I actually, how many times did you get caught by him? I know mine was like a lot.
I would say like I don't know, like I'm gonna say 5, but I'm probably wrong. You know.
I think yeah, mine was 5 as well. I think we're right at the same number. Um, yeah, the it's tricky. It's real tricky from going to being Claire and Sherry, and I'm not complaining about that because of the size difference. So it's like you're not, because think about it this way: you're not really used to hiding with Claire or even Leon. So now you're this little girl and you have to hide.
Now the original wasn't the original when you play as her, wasn't it still in the jails or whatever?
I believe so. I thought it was.
I don't really mind the change too much, but that might be something like some people might want to know. You know.
I think they did that. The reason the switch, though, which I think is really cool, is they gave a way for Claire to get down into the sewer.
Oh yeah, that's true. And actually, I know a lot of people had complained about this. Like, the chief now calls Sherry a little bitch. I actually like that, to be honest, because you know he's supposed to be a character you're supposed to hate. You know.
Yeah, he's really vulgar with her. I didn't mind that either. I mean, he's supposed to be a villain, so
And one thing that's actually this isn't actually explained in the remake, but it is in the original. I don't remember where exactly, but you see a dead body on the table. For those that don't know, he's actually doing taxidermy on her. I know it's really messed up, but you know.
yeah, he does. He taxidermies animals in his office in the remake. But you're right. He in the original he does taxidermy as well. In the original, um, Claire found out about the chief, I think, in his actual office and found out about the. I think Leon. I'm not. I can't remember if Leon does. I think he does in the original, but I think it took place in his actual office of where you find out he's bad.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Man, they should let us write. You know what? I know Greg Russo might do a good job, but they should consider having us as writers for the TV series as well.
They should definitely consider you.
Oh, thanks.
It's like this. When I was writing Silent Hill, Daniel, I quit writing it because literally it started to scare the shit out of me.
Oh wow.
Like I I was like 20 pages in, and what's funny is I wasn't even at Silent Hill. I wasn't even in the town. And I told my wife, I said, I can't do it no more. I said, I know where it's going, and I said, I can't. And she said, what are you going to do? She watched me delete it, and she said, what the hell did you just do? I looked at her, I said, I can't. I, I, I literally got up and walked away from my computer after that, and I went for like a walk for hours.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see. I see that you saw my April Fool's Day joke. By the way.
Yeah. For those who don't know, me and Daniel are friends. We're on Facebook as well. And yesterday was April Fool's Day, and Daniel put Alice is going to be in Resident Evil 8.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to.
You know.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, there's even a caption that says Capcom has announced that she's going to finally be in the games.
Yeah. I started laughing, and I was like, I said, Daniel, I said, I'm telling you, I said, that's funny, man.
I was actually hoping more people felt for it, though.
I was gonna put something about Rob Zombie was gonna write and direct Dark Shadows, but I figured too many people would get pissed at me.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I was actually thinking that happened to me, but I think it'd be funny though, to be honest, because like people would probably be like, "Oh, fake news," and be like, "Yeah, that's the point," you know?
Yeah, it's April Fool's Day. Oh shit. Oh goodness. I remember it was just last year on April Fool's Day that they announced some nobody was going to be Michael Myers. I thought that was
Oh yeah.
funny.
Well, speaking of that, for those that don't know, because there's a rumor that they're gonna make Jason versus Michael Myers. For those that don't know, that was an April Fool's Day joke from like 2016. It's not actually true.
Yeah, that one's been. I was going to say that one's been out there for a while, right? Yeah.
Yeah, people still fall for it. Like I still see people share, and people even say in the comments, "Read the date," you know.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting too because what some have done, if you've noticed as well, is they've added the mask from the new movie.
Oh, that's actually pretty interesting. I didn't notice that.
Like I'll reshare the picture. I'll tag you in it if I because it's on Facebook. A bunch of people have it in the updated prank, so to speak. The new mask is in the picture. So.
Oh, that's interesting. You think the rumor is true that that Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 3 remake are in development?
Um, I'm gonna say no right now because I think we had talked about Biohazard a little bit, you and I, where I would say Resident Evil 8's more going past Biohazard first. I think we'll get a Resident Evil 3 remake down the road.
Well, yeah, that's true. There's actually rumor that they're both in development, but see, what people don't realize is Capcom has not confirmed either one, you know?
Yeah, I know, and Capcom is notorious for that shit too.
Well, that is true, yeah. And actually, for people that don't know, Resident Evil 7 was completely hidden. Like, yeah, like, see, they announced the remake back in 2015, but then in 2017 they randomly announced. 2016 they randomly announced Resident Evil 7, and people were pissed because they thought it was going to be Resident Evil 2 remake's announcement, you know?
Yeah, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard came out of left field.
But the thing about the rumor that, okay, I guess it could be true, but the thing with Resident Evil 8 is the rumor right now says that it's going to be for the it's being made for the PS5 and new Xbox.
Yeah, that's the. I think that's where I get conflicted if it's true. I don't think they're just going to be. I mean, I could see them being exclusive, but again, we'll wait and see.
I do hope. Okay, if that is true though, I hope they at least make the Resident Evil 3 remake on PS4. It's probably gonna sound like a weird reason, but I really want to see the first 3 games on one system again.
Yeah, we haven't had that. You're right. Since yeah, I agree with you on that.
Now, as far as PS5 goes, we don't know yet, but um, it might be backwards compatible with PS4 games because I guess the the architect or whatever wouldn't be as different as the PS3 and PS4.
You wouldn't think. My thing of it is, if they're really going to develop, that for the next gen, uh, I don't have an issue with it. It's just I think it'd be better to get all the third game on the PS4 as well.
That's true. And also, what people don't realize is, and I hate to say this, but Sony said they couldn't make games backwards compatible with an update, but Microsoft did it with both the 360 and the Xbox One. So
Yeah, Microsoft did a really good job. They didn't throw out an excuse like Sony did. Um, I think Sony needs to, wisen up about backwards compatibility, and everybody knows it's possible. So,
well, that's true. And actually, one thing I don't like, people actually say if it wasn't for Sony, there wouldn't be backwards compatibility. That is not true. One of the early Ataris was backwards compatible with the original Atari games.
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Of course, back then it was a lot of well, I shouldn't say simpler, but back then all they had to do was make the cartridge, fit.
Yeah, there's way more technology than there was back then.
But see, also with the a lot of people know is the PS3 was never fully backwards compatible. I know a lot of people say it was, but it wasn't. Sony themselves say it was not. However, the later models, the middle models, had emulation chips for the PS2, but for some reason with the Slim, they took that out entirely.
Yeah. What did you think of all the being able to use the flashlight and the gun at the same time?
I actually didn't really notice that. That was actually pretty cool. I mean, I didn't really think about it.
Yeah. I like the fact that you have to turn the power back on certain spots.
Oh yeah, that's true. I actually like doing that. I mean, I know could be a nuisance to people, but I actually like that you have the option to turn on the lights in some rooms.
Yeah, the dark room you can do the lights. The conference room is the lights as well. One of the save rooms, I think it's the one by the staircase that leads to the basement. You can turn on the lights in the save room.
Oh, that's true. One thing I noticed, I don't know how you felt about it, but how did you feel about the Stars badge being a flash drive as well?
I was curious they did that. That sort of makes me think of who would have done that.
Well, that's true.
You know what I mean? Who would have
I
known?
know a lot of people say that.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I
Um,
know a lot of people are saying that it was, the game takes place in 1998. This is where it's kind of complicated because USB did exist in 1996, but it didn't really become popular until 2000.
yeah, it's real curious they did that with the drive. Do you think that was Chris doing that?
Oh yeah, I could see that. I know people also said that flash drives. I think flash drives were invented in either 1998 or 2000. However, I did see someone actually say that their police station visited their school and they did have them, and that's what I was thinking. Maybe because it's a police station, they had better technology.
Yeah, it could be. I like how they did that. I like that you have to actually find the badge. For those who don't know, like Leon's, you get the red, and it's same thing with Claire's. You get the red jewel. You combine the book with the hand and the statue in the one room, and the art room, and you find the box, the blue box, and you put the gem in the box.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and one thing I also want to point out, because some people seem to be confused by this, like people were saying, when did it become Special Tactics and Rescue Service? It's always been called that. And actually, even in the original Resident Evil 2, in the office, you can clearly see it says Service. The reason people think it's Squad was actually a mistranslation in the book manual of the first one.
Yeah, that's it's a very common one too.
And actually, of course, it probably doesn't help that the movie series calls it that too.
Yeah, yeah, very true. Uh, what did you think of? Did you see Claire's racing outfit?
Oh, you know what? I haven't used it, but I have seen people play as it. But that's actually from the original version of Resident Evil 2. For those that don't know, there was another version of Resident Evil 2, which is now dubbed Resident Evil 1.5, where they actually completely scrapped it and they started over.
Yeah, I found her like her racing outfit. It's weird because you don't really because it's a racing outfit. You don't see like the belts and stuff, and I didn't love it, but I did like her. I liked her noir outfit the best, and I liked um, her stars outfit the best. I'm with you on the police uniform. That looked awesome. You're right. I think it looked better. I also did the original outfit too for the when I went back as Leon.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's actually, I do like. I mean, I like that outfit, but I do think that his new outfit looks more realistic, though. You know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I love his new outfit, and I'm with you. That jacket looks so cool. uh,
That was now, as you know, like we were talking about how that racing outfit was actually Elza Walker from Resident Evil 1.5. Do you think Elza Walker could become an actual character in Resident Evil in the future?
um, I think here's the thing with Capcom. You know how they are. They hint things in the game, and generally what they hint is going to come to true. I think yeah, we will.
You know what they could have done? It would probably make a lot of people mad, but what if, like, for Ada, they had Alice's outfits as alternate outfits?
Listen, people probably saw the red dress and they saw um, they saw the I'm ignoring my phone. It's nobody important. They probably saw the red dress and said, "Oh, look, Alice."
I wouldn't doubt it. And actually, see, they say that Alice is based on the character from the games, but I think she's actually based mostly on Ada, but they don't want to admit it because Ada's kind of a bad guy, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. When I saw Alice put on that red dress, I'm like, "Well, that's Ada's."
Yeah. That's why I think that she's based on Ada because she wears a red dress. And it's even like, well, I mean, in the first one, it's even kind of designed similar to her later dress, you know?
Yeah, I hope I wish they would have let you wear the trench coat with Ada at first.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I thought that would have been neat. Is there something in the game that you wanted that they didn't put in, Daniel?
Um, oh yeah, I actually forgot to mention it. The giant spiders in the sewer. They took them out of the new version.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, they did add these weird looking. Well, those things were creepy that were in the sewer, though.
I agree. Actually, I thought they were more annoying, to be honest.
Yeah, they were definitely annoying. You gotta watch if you get too close to them things, they'll poison you.
Oh yeah, it's true. Oh, and I actually want to give someone a tip if they are new playing the game. there's a joke about avoiding the blue herbs. Don't do that. They're actually useful. I mean, not even just. I mean, they're good for the poison. Like they get the poison out. But see, what a lot of people don't know is if you only have a red herb and a blue herb, you can actually use them. Like you can mix them, and it'll actually um it'll actually make you reduce. It'll reduce damage.
Yeah, yeah. Daniel's right. The blue herbs and red herbs are good. Do not miscount them. What did you think of the police station overall? Because we talked about they sort of shortened a lot of it. What did you think of the whole thing?
I didn't mind it too much to be honest. I mean, they did change it a little bit, but I didn't mind it too much. Like I like those automatic doors they had, and I also liked how the statue now requires 3 of those medallions or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I enjoyed the fact that you're right. They took away the electronic windows. You have to actually board up the windows, and there's pieces of wood lying around.
Well, actually, that was pretty. I actually like that too because, that made it feel more like a zombie game. Because for those that don't know, zombies boarding out windows is a popular thing with zombie movies and stuff.
I actually think I like that they did that. It felt like they were paying homage to George A. Romero a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's actually true. And actually, yeah, for those that don't know, I'm still kind of pissed that they rejected his script and with Anderson's script.
I'm right on that boat with you there, buddy. I'm not. After the disaster that was those movies, we're glad they're over.
Oh yeah, it's true. If they make another one, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm just saying right now.
They make another one with Alice. I'm not gonna go see it. I haven't seen the rest of them after the third one.
See, that's one thing I was worried about when they said they were rebooting it. I was kind of worried they might do the Alice story again, but then they said, they're not gonna follow the Anderson continuity.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, because for those that don't know, technically a reboot is, well, it's hard to explain. Um, reboot is like the movie version of. It's like it's starting in the franchise over again. It's hard to explain, really.
Yeah, they're rebooting Resident Evil, but they're not going on the movie continuity that Anderson started. They're going off the game concept, which they should have been going on to begin with.
Well, that's true. And actually, see, this is where it's complicated because for those that don't know, Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 1, those are remakes, but they're not reboots. The series is still ongoing.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no. Now, that's where it's kind of complicated because Tomb Raider did have a reboot in the game series.
Do you think that in Resident Evil, like if they do Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 8 at the same time, do you think they're going to interact with each other at all?
They could maybe they could have Kendo they could reveal that he survived in Resident Evil 8 or something. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I guess that's not really connection. Well, you know what? Maybe 3 can show how Kendo survived or whatever.
yeah. I'm sort of curious. I think if they're going to add something to 3, because here's the thing: you and I have played 3 as well, and we know who dies, we know who doesn't, and if 3 to me, if that's the something you're going to add, that would be it.
One thing I wonder about is I don't want to call him that fat guy because that sounds kind of rude to heavy people, but that heavy dude that said he would rather starve to death than be eaten by one of those undead monsters. Do you think he'll come back in the remake?
Um, I don't know. Here's the thing: a lot of the people in 2, like we didn't see everybody that was in 2, so again, I think he might, but I'm not going to hold my breath if he doesn't.
Oh yeah, yeah, I could see that. Hey, do you think it's true that they're going to remake Resident Evil 1, but in the style of the new Resident Evil 2?
Um, I don't know. I think that the remake that's out now, I've heard good things about it, the first one. So I can't see them going back to that again because if they
Yeah, that's
really,
true.
you know what I mean, if they're really remaking 3, I can't see them remaking 1 again. Um I think if we get 3 remade, I think they should leave the remakes alone for a while.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, I kind of like the idea of the remake of the first one being one of the last to have the fixed camera angles.
Yeah, the second one necessarily it doesn't have fixed camera angles really. It more adjusts to you as you're moving along. It just it you are the camera in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, did Resident Evil Zero or the remake come out first? I actually get them mixed up because they came out the same year.
I thought 0 did. I could be wrong.
Oh, okay, so either Zero or the remake, whichever one came out last, was the last one to have fixed camera angles.
Okay, I think that would be. I think that was the first one. I think. Again, my memory's not the best with that.
Yeah, see, that's where it's kind of weird because I don't know what Capcom was thinking, but for some reason, Zero and remake came out the same year, and they both came out the same year as the movie as well.
Oh wow, it's
You know,
interesting.
they did that again in 2017.
What were your thoughts on the fact that you had to verse Birkin, like when they flipped it with Leon and Claire, where you go in the back of the train?
Oh yeah, that was actually pretty cool. Like, it's kind of weird though because like basically you see like a giant eyeball. Actually, to be honest, I thought I was screwed when I first played as Claire in that part because I was thinking, oh shit, I'm out of ammo. And then I have the knife, so I started stabbing him, and then a cutscene started.
I actually, I'll tell you this. I actually had enough. I had 180 bullets of the minigun ammo, and I had all my handgun ammo left.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
Oh yeah, I forgot about the mini. I think I may have done that. Something like that.
I'm sort of jealous of Claire. She gets a minigun. Claire gets all the cool toys.
Yeah, that's true. She also gets the grenade launcher for some reason.
Yeah, yeah. The acid and the flame rounds. Yep.
Don't you kill in the original Resident Evil 2? Don't you kill Birkin in a different way?
I believe so. I believe Birkin. Well, here's the thing. There's so many. Like if you play Birkin, is actually it's weird because you don't kill Birkin on the train. You kill Birkin outside of the train. Like in the original version, I believe you had the Mr. X and the Birkin. They fall into like some sort of lava, but their genetics mutate with each other.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know. I thought in the original, you basically killed him until it crushes himself, but that doesn't happen in the new version.
No,
Of course, that might have been because it was too hard, for people. I could actually see that.
I was curious. Like Birkin, as soon as I seen him run, I heard him run up across from me. I'm like, oh shit, there's Birkin.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, he's annoying.
Oh, he is. I
On one
Go ahead.
one change I was hoping they made is like for those that don't know, like Ada falls, and it seemed like she died, but then in 4 she's back. I was hoping that was explained, how that happened in Resident Evil, the new version, but it never really was. It just explained that she is alive.
Yeah, Daniel's right, and there's some really interesting cutscenes with Ada in this, where Leon has a hold of her, and Ada gets shot in the shoulder, by Sherry's mother, and Leon can't hold on to her, and he lets go, and it's when you're battling Mr. X with Leon. One of the cutscenes is Ada drops the rocket launcher.
Oh yeah. Oh Oh, and for a little tip for those who haven't played the game yet, or is stuck on this level, aim for his arm. That's his weakness.
Yeah. Yep. What? Who? Which one were you more annoyed with, Mister X or Birkin?
I would say Mr. X because his moves were like, um, because he can like kill you very easily. I mean, I know Birkin can too, but he wasn't as annoying to be honest.
Yeah, Birkin doesn't chase you all through the game. Only like he pops up occasionally. Where Mister X is just he's the one constant in the game outside of the zombies and the lickers. And I'm with you. He was more annoying for me as well. I, I don't know if you noticed this, but up in the clock tower, and I haven't got there on hardcore yet. I'm actually back in the police station up from the basement, but headed towards the clock tower. But I've noticed something. Mister X does not come in the clock tower.
I actually noticed that too. And actually, when I first played the game, I was thinking, oh, I'm screwed. He's gonna come in here, but then he never did.
Yeah, I actually did. You wait for him?
Oh, actually, to be honest, I didn't really wait for him because I just decided to do the puzzle.
Uh, so you were a lot smarter than me. I like a Daniel. Listen, like a jackass. I waited there for like 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Uh,
But yeah, I was trying to get away from him.
yeah, I
I guess it
know.
worked.
I know. My wife was like, "What do you?" I was standing there like letting my character idle, and my wife's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm waiting for Mister X."
Yeah. I don't think you could kill Mr. X though in the gameplay. I know you can stun him, but I think that's it.
Yeah, you Daniel's right. You cannot kill him during the gameplay, but you can stun him. Yep. What did you think of that fight sequence with Birkin down in the labs? That was curious.
Was that the one where you hit him with the crate?
There's that one and the other one. I like that one. Yeah. What did you think of that one too?
Oh, that one was kind of annoying, but it's easy once you figure it out though. But the problem is like you have to get him in the right position for it to hit him.
Yeah, and you can't be standing over where he's at either.
Now, on the other one you're talking about, like I think it's the third boss fight. I hate to admit this, but when I first played as Claire, I actually didn't have enough bullets to beat him, so I actually had to start the game over. But when I started over, I stored up on flame rounds.
Yeah, I almost had that same problem. I actually had to go back to my previous save point, load it from there, because like you, I did not have enough bullets to beat that position.
Now, luckily with the fourth battle, that's not an issue because they give you a mini machine gun, and you actually have enough bullets. You just have to worry about him killing you.
Yeah, I like how he charges at you. I thought that was intense.
I will admit though, that would be creepy to see in real life. Some guy has like a bunch of eyeballs on his chest.
Yeah, he has eyeballs on his chest, his arm, his legs, his back. It's eerie as shit. I'm with you.
Yeah, he got even weirder like in the last one because then there's like giant eyeballs. And for those that don't know, if you actually pay attention, you can actually tell his level of health because like if you pay attention, his eyes start turning yellow and then they turn red like when he's about to die.
Yeah, Daniel's right. The watch when you're damaging his eyes, watch them because they which not don't stare at them, mind you, because you'll get killed. But watch them because when they change color, that means he's not close to dying. Yep.
I know there's another trick too. If you're almost out of ammo, like in the third fight, and when he's getting down, one trick I saw someone YouTube suggest is like, have a combat knife and actually start knifing him. While knifing his eyeballs.
Yeah. I don't. Here's the thing. I was too scared to get that close to him because he just like he starts wailing away at with those claws.
Oh yeah, that's true. One thing that's good though in the new Resident Evil 2, you can actually aim and shoot now.
Yep. I heard people complain about the new aiming system. I enjoyed it. What did you think?
I actually liked it to be honest, and I actually meant to say move and shoot, but you know what I mean.
Right, right, yep. I
But yeah, I didn't mind. I don't get why people hate it. It's
yeah, I don't. I seen some people complain about it, and I'm thinking, and I said this too. I think it was in one of the Resident Evil groups that you just have to aim very carefully and not waste your bullets. You gotta. It makes you be more honest with your ammo.
oh, that's true. Actually, what I did, I'd hate to admit this, but what I started doing is like I would get out the machine gun as Claire, and I would actually start shooting their legs off and running from them.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's a better strategy than what I did. I shot them and killed them, wasted my ammo.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's one bad thing about Resident Evil. For those that don't know, is you have limited ammo, so you can actually lose ammo. Like there's actually a possibility of you not being able to beat the game because you've run out of ammo.
Yeah, and if you run out of ammo and you're not, you don't save a certain point and you can't go back to your save point, you're gonna have to start over.
Yep, and that's kind of annoying, but that's actually it's actually worse than the old games for those that don't know. So if you're complaining about it, just be glad you're not playing the old version.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. On hardcore, you actually need the ink ribbon, and that you can find ink ribbons at most save points.
Oh yeah, that's true. Honestly though, I know this is probably controversial, but that's one thing that annoyed me about the old games is I actually hated how you had limited saves. I mean, not really the ink ribbons, just the limited save, thing.
Yeah, without the if you play it on standard, you don't have to worry about the ink ribbon. I do enjoy that as well. I wanted to play it on hardcore to sort of get the ink ribbon feel back.
Oh, that's true. I know with Resident Evil 3, if you play on easy, I think it's easy. Maybe in normal it is too, but there's ink ribbons, but it's infinite saves though.
Oh wow, that's holy shit.
I'm surprised you didn't know about that, but I'm like that might have been easy, but I'm not sure.
I didn't know about the easy. If it's on easy, I rarely. I think there's only one game I played on easy. I forget what it is though.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I didn't do that with Resident Evil 2 though. With the Resident Evil 2 remake, I went straight to standard.
There you go. Uh, are you going back on hardcore or are you going back on standard?
Right now I'm playing on standard, but I'm planning on going hardcore. But with hardcore, I'm gonna play as I don't know if you know about this, but there's a free DLC where you can actually play as Leon and Claire, but with their 90s pixels.
Oh wow, that's
I think
cool.
it's free to download, but I'm not sure.
That's really cool. You could do that.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree. Like I said, I think that's free, but I'm not 100% sure. Like, cause oh yeah, yeah, I guess it's not a problem, but it might be because I got the deluxe edition, but I think that was free. Like, I think it's something that Capcom just gave away.
yeah, that's really cool. You could do that. What would you rate the game, Daniel? 1 to 10.
Um, I would say 8 out of 10
Okay.
because
Um,
it's a pretty good game, but it's not perfect.
no, it's not. Um, I'll give it an 8 as well. I can't really give it anything higher than that. I did. I enjoyed it. I enjoy it though, and going back through hardcourts, I actually tried to. Even though I know Mr. X is on my ass, like I'm trying to enjoy a little more of the scenery. So,
Oh yeah, it's understandable. Oh, I
okay.
know some people have noticed something like something. There's one desk where it says like in the original version it says something about someone's boyfriend or girlfriend, and then like someone noticed in the remake it shows a picture of a dog instead. People have made jokes about that, of course.
Shit.
But yeah,
Um,
people gotta remember though, it's not the original version.
no, it's not. It's the remake. I think they did this right. I have no real complaint. Um, the cutscene, them taking away the liquor, I do feel they should try to get that on as a DLC at least.
Oh, that's true. Now, do you think that Claire and Leon should have met up more often in the newer version?
Actually, no.
were saying they should, like they were saying like there was more interaction in the original. I don't know what they're talking about. They did, yes, they did interact, but they interacted in the new version too. It was just in a different area.
Yeah, they I actually, because their stories differ, even maybe more so in this, I actually enjoyed the interaction between them a little less here than they. I enjoyed it. You know, I got no complaints there.
How did you like them having the basically the same boss fights though? Well, other than the last ones.
I do wish we would have got a little different boss fights, but you know, again, the game's being remade. It couldn't be helped.
Well, that's true. And they could have. It could have been worse. They could have put Alice in it.
Yeah, it's not like they put Alice in it. Come on now.
You know, I'm surprised they didn't attempt to do that in Zero because if you play Zero, well, the HD version of Zero, there's a mode called Wesker mode where he has like powers and stuff.
If they put Alice in the game, that's the game I'm not buying.
I know a lot of people are saying they should at least put her in mercenary mode. No, they shouldn't. I disagree.
No. I don't want
Oh,
Alice.
have you?
Yeah.
Oh, have you unlocked Tofu mode yet?
I don't believe I have. No.
I don't think I have either. I think you have to be on hardcore, but I might be wrong.
I think that's why I'm playing it on hardcore. That's right. Yeah, you gotta beat on hardcore.
It's not a time limit, is it? Kind of thing.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, because I know there's like time limit stuff too. I will admit, I've never actually finished those. You know.
I don't either. If this is like if it's timed, honestly, on hardcore, I won't beat it on time. I know I won't.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I don't know how people do it to be honest. Like, there's people who beaten the original three like on like in like 4 hours. It's like, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah, yeah. Well, here's the thing too. It's like what like you watch these gamers and they do it like in no time. It's like what the hell did you do?
Oh yeah, it's true. Oh, there's something I actually didn't know about the original until actually a few months ago. You know how you can sneak past the liquors in the new one? Did you know you could do that in the original too?
um, I did in some ways, yes. If you the lickers will miss you just like they do in the new game. Yeah, I knew that one.
See, I hate to admit this, but I didn't know that. I mean, I knew they were blind storyline wise, but I didn't know you could actually just sneak past them. I was killing them or running from them.
Well, here's the thing: if you sneak past them, you gotta move real easily because again they're blind; they can't see.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's something we've talked about, but I think it's funny that we have to point out again. In the movies, for those who haven't seen the movies, they actually call the liquor a hunter.
Yeah, yeah. And in the original, the hunters are frogs. Yeah,
Yeah, like they don't even look similar. It's really annoying.
it's true. I, I
And
remember.
I'm pointing that out in my.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
yeah,
I was just saying in my review of it, I actually pointed that out about the hunter thing.
yeah, you did. I yeah, when I went to go see the original in theaters, and I'm like, they just called a liquor the wrong name. I looked right at my brother,
Yeah.
you know. So it's the
Oh yeah,
movie.
that.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. And actually, one thing I don't know if you noticed, but they made the liquor more like the G virus too. Like it like heals and it mutates when it gets injured.
Yeah, I saw that. The liquor in the new version, even though they didn't have the cutscene, it is creepy as shit.
Oh yeah, that's true. I know a lot of people said they prefer the original over the RE5 ones. I actually agree with that to an extent because I think the ones in the new one are actually cool looking.
Yeah, the remake. I think the remake did such a good job with the look of the liquors and the zombies The zombies. I'm going to point to George A. Romero again. It looked like something out of a George A. Romero movie.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, one thing that does annoy me about liquors, I mean, it's not a huge problem, but I hate how like they have strong hearing because they don't have ears.
Yeah, they. I think they're sort of like snakes. They sense it with their tongue, don't they?
You know, I guess that kind of makes sense now you mention it. And actually, one thing that I hate about the movie is Alice is supposed to be this like badass, but it took them forever to kill one liquor. Like you kill a bunch in the games.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it did. It did take them. Well, remember, in the original, now she doesn't have superpowers.
Yeah, it's true. What really also annoys me is Michelle Rodriguez's character Rain. I hate how she turns into a zombie, then she snaps her neck. How does that make sense?
Yeah, it doesn't. Uh,
See, that's the thing I hate is people say the original wasn't the first movie was good. I disagree. I think all six of them are bad.
I think here's the thing. As you can tell, me and Daniel, we don't like the Resident Evil movies, and they're just we feel they're awful, and that's our opinion. My thing of it is my biggest issue with the films. I agree with you. It's Alice herself.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you know, it's actually funny. I actually saw a Resident Evil thread where someone asked who Alice was, and I said she's the main character of the movies, and then the person said, "Oh, I've been calling. I thought her name was Mila." I was like, "Oh, that's the woman that plays her."
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. It,
Now, for those who can't play the games for whatever reason, there are books that are not basic. They are actually a different universe, but they're basically novelizations of the games. The problem with those books, however, though, is they stop on Code Veronica.
oh wow. Do you think Claire will
There's books in the movies too, so
do you think Claire will come back in the next game?
the next game, you know, I'm not sure to be honest. I know she was in Revelations 2, but she hasn't been in a main game for a while, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe.
I wouldn't.
Actually, one thing. Oh, good.
Oh, sorry. I wouldn't mind them bringing like in Biohazard. They introduced a brand new character for us to play with. I wouldn't mind that, and also Claire being a part of it as well.
I wouldn't mind that either. Like a lot of people are saying that Leon should be in Resident Evil 8. Here's the thing about Leon. If you watch the animated movies, he's been in all three of them. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Oh.
and even Chris hasn't been.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Chris has only been in one of the animated movies.
So Leon is their main character in those films.
Yeah. So basically, he's like the game version of Alice now.
Hey now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hopefully not. Would it be? Oh man, what if they put her in one of the animated movies?
Just don't buy them no more. That's all.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Whatever. Tell you that I saw a guy give a bad review to one of the animated movies because she wasn't in it.
You were telling me that. Listen, there are fans of. Here's something. I don't know if I told you or not. I'm in a. You know this. I'm a huge Dark Shadows fan, but I'm in a Dark Shadows group run by the Collinsport Historical Society, and somebody asked about the 2012 movie, and I said this in my rant. Johnny Depp gets a lot of heat for it. I don't think he killed the franchise because it's like this. As long as there's a fan base to talk about it, there will be a franchise. But though too, you know, there are people who like the movie. I'm not gonna knock them, but I don't like the movie personally. It's just not for me. And somebody put, and I I didn't argue with him, but I did put something in response, and this is what this person put to me. Well, those people who like the movie, they're not fan. They must have never seen the original movie or the original series. And I put, well, for you to state that they've never seen the original series, you don't know if they have or haven't. Don't state it as it's fact. That's not for you or me to state what goes on in someone else's life. And I guess they had said something and they got kicked.
Oh yeah, yeah, I hate people like that too. Like, and I'll give an example. Like the Adams Family, I've seen the original Adams Family. Like I actually have it on DVD, but I still like the the newer series in the movies they made.
Yeah. It just it's like this. You don't have to like it's like you and I. We don't like the Resident Evil movies, but we don't hate the people that like them. Okay, it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
It's the same thing with anything else, whether it's Halloween, Dark Shadows. If we don't like something or someone else doesn't like something, don't hate somebody that does like it. You don't have to like the product, but don't hate the person that likes the product.
Yeah, it's true. And actually, with Halloween, I have a controversial. Well, me and you both do actually. We have a controversial opinion. Like we both like it, but a lot of people hate it.
And it's like this, you don't have to like the new movie. Is it perfect? No, by no means. But I think they did a lot of good things. I do wish they would have flashed back for Hawkins. That's the one big issue I do have with it. But
Oh
because
yeah, I agree.
I loved Will Patton's character, Daniel. I really do. And it's like I don't mind that they killed him. I wish they would have killed him up in Judas' room and not protected Michael the way they did. I thought that was a little much. Other than those two things, I enjoyed the movie. It's like, you know,
I liked it too. Like, and um I think the Rob Zombie movies would actually be good if they weren't called Halloween.
it's sort of curious because when I went to go see Rob Zombie's Halloween, the first one, I looked at my brother and he was sitting there. Him and my wife were sitting there, and I looked at him. And I said, "Here's the thing: people call it a remake, but if you go watch that movie, it's really not a remake of what John did."
Oh, that's true. I think it's actually what they call a reimagining.
Yeah, I would agree with that word. That's a way better word than remake. Um,
I know they did later. I know, like when he's an adult, they kind of replicated the original, but not well.
no, not well at all. What's the one thing you want to see in the next game, Daniel? Whether it be Nemesis or Resident Evil 8?
Um, that's actually a good question. Well, I know, like, I hope they keep the engine they're making. You know that new engine they're doing. I kind of hope they stick with that. See what else. Actually, I hope zombies return. I know people are like, well, zombies are in the past, but I kind of hope in Resident Evil 8 there's another zombie virus.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think if they go off 8, if they go off what Biohazard did, I think that's going to be something we're going to hear about maybe in the next game even more so.
And actually, I have an idea, like, and I know it probably won't happen, but one idea, and this is an homage to George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead. I actually hope like it shows people go to the graveyard and then they see a zombie and then like they go to a house and you have to like escape the house.
That would be pretty neat. That's a nice little homage to Ramiro.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, I think that's how they should do it. Like they should like go in the basement and then in the basement they find out like something about Umbrella or something like that.
Yeah, it would be cool if they were doing experiments out of the graveyard somehow.
Oh yeah, I agree. And as for those that don't know, like obviously there would be like zombies in the graveyard because there would be people that they thought would be dead and then buried.
Yeah, that would be pretty neat, man. Is there anything you want to add before we go?
Um, oh yeah, I hope they at least remake Resident Evil 3. Actually, for those that don't know, Resident Evil 3 is actually what introduced me to the series. So that it's kind of like has a special place in my heart. Like I don't know if I ever told this story, but one of my uncles lived with my dad for a while. Well, us for a while, and he had a demo of Resident Evil 3, and that's how me and my brother became fans of it.
That's an awesome story, man. I love that. I actually I
The
played
fact,
I played the original right after my brother did. That's how I got introduced.
oh yeah, that's actually pretty interesting.
Um, for Daniel Culver, if you guys want to check out Daniel's channel, I'm going to leave a link in the description box. He's Killenberg. You can hit Daniel on Facebook, Daniel Culver. He's also at Killenberg on Twitter. Daniel's going to join me here in 2 days. We're going to discuss Blue Umbrella. I'm excited about that one too, man. I want to thank you for joining me as always. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.
You
Yeah,
take
for
care.
those who don't know, I actually have a video of Blue Umbrella if you want to watch that before you watch our other video.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description box. I'm also going to share that on Facebook and Twitter as well. If you guys want to check out that video, please do. It's an excellent video. We're sort of that's the one we're going to follow up on is what Daniel did. That's sort of what inspired our is inspiring me to do a Blue Umbrella with Daniel is that one. Definitely no better person to bring on than Daniel for Resident Evil. Thanks for coming on, man.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Are you welcome? Take care.
Yep, you too.